Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS2 News at 5 p.m.
Whether you're standing in line or standing still on the freeway, the holiday travel trek is in full force. The rush to get home or get away has millions stuffing the roads and pouring into terminals.
That is a lot of people seeing red, and not just from the taillights they're staring at. Here's how LAX looks right now. Oh dear. According to the airport, this is not expected to even be the busiest day there.
And here's what the 405 freeway looks like tonight. If that's not bad enough, another headache is on the way. Rain.
Yeah, we have the whole holiday hoopla covered for you this Thanksgiving Eve.
But let's get things started with CBS 2's Dave Lopez live at a very busy LAX. Dave?
Well, it's been busy. It's not impossible, but it has been extremely busy here, and it goes in spurts. Now, one of the things that they're doing here at LAX to direct the traffic, and when you know he would stop right when we want to show you, this traffic officer is almost like a ballerina out there waving and making moves to keep the traffic flowing. Right now, he's trying to tell this Lyft driver that he can't stay there. But all in all, it's been peak up and down, but it's been busy, but very smooth. It was the night before Thanksgiving, and all through LAX, people were here, people were there, people were everywhere, all of them traveling to be with a loved one.
I got up here about 6 o'clock.
And what time's your flight?
It's not till 5:55.
He still had nearly 6 hours before his flight. Well, when it comes to getting home for Thanksgiving, no chances are taken.
I got to the airport around 4:54 a.m. to beat the traffic.
What time's your flight?
3:30.
3:30.
Yeah. I got
When we talked, he had about 4 hours to chill out.
I missed my first flight.
That's because she didn't wake up early enough for her 7 a.m. flight to Austin. You needed plenty of patience and plenty of time to get into LAX. It's not an exaggeration to say you could have walked faster. The people who travel on this day and want to get home to loved ones expected this.
It's always worth the hassle to see family.
Thanksgiving is for family.
And you go through mountains to get there, huh?
Yes, and my mom visiting from Africa. My sister lives in Reno. We're going to spend Thanksgiving with her.
So getting in the airport, parking, getting your bags, checking your flight, waiting in line, going through TSA, and after watching all of that happen in front of you, you couldn't help but notice things were going very smoothly, and people seemed to be in a very good mood.
Are you going home or what?
Except for Finn. He was going home with his family for a big Thanksgiving dinner in Chicago. His sister said he was crying because he couldn't find Mom. When he gets to Chicago, he won't cry?
It's hard to say.
The King family from Tampa was grateful that their wine made the trip safely.
They told me I could come back only if I brought wine.
So with wine intact, it was off to Temecula for dinner with their son. Thanksgiving. It's a time when people will do anything to be with family. Made a quick move inside Terminal 1. We show you what the outside looked like. Inside, it's not too bad. I mean, if you have to take off on a Thanksgiving, this might not be a bad time to go. As you can see, a little bit of a line here and there, but all in all, it's been very, very smooth. And if you have a flight later on tonight, maybe you'll get lucky and you won't have to wait so long. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Reporting live from LAX, I'm Dave Lopez, CBS 2 News.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Dave. Well, the roads are also packed on this Thanksgiving Eve.
CBS 2's Stu Mundell is up there tracking the traffic conditions over the 405. You know, Stu, I imagine at 5 miles an hour there can't be too many accidents.
Jeff, not that many accidents for sure, but there's a lot of stuffing going on this portion of the 405. They're stuffing all those cars together. You know, it is a little bit lighter today. That's what I can say. Definitely lighter on the freeway. The 405, though, the bad spot's definitely going to be between the 10 freeway and the Sepulveda Pass, and that's what we're showing you right here. We've been looking at some of the other freeways, and also south of the 405, or south of LAX on the 405, seems to be open a little bit more than usual. So maybe all those folks that are hitting the road have already hit the road, leaving the Los Angeles area. The northbound, those are going to be the tail lights right there. Seems to be really, really packed. Don't know why anybody would want to leave LA. This is a destination spot. Right now, though, the traffic on the 405 is definitely slow and go, but it is only really solid heavy, basically between the 10 and the Sepulveda Pass. Live in Sky 2 over LAX, looking out to the north. I'm Stu Mundell. Back to you two in the studio.
I would say looking good, Stu, but I can't. San Bernardino and Riverside counties aren't faring much better.
And CBS 2 Inland Empire reporter Tina Patel is live in the Cajon Pass to show us the traffic situation there. Tina.
Yeah, there are a lot of slow stretches along the freeways right now where we are. It actually seems to be moving at a steady pace, but a lot of the drivers we talked to said they just didn't expect there to be this many other people on the roads. It's getaway day, and it doesn't matter if you're heading to Las Vegas or Palm Springs. There's heavy traffic in every direction.
It sucks. It's horrible.
Robin Mosier and her family have been caught in the holiday crush before. That's why they hit the road early this morning, trying to beat the worst of it.
Well, we've left at 4 before on a Wednesday, and we talked about the stress of it. So we decided if we had to leave at 4, we might as well just go the next morning.
Their trip almost hit a snag when they pulled into this new gas station in Beaumont. Robin was about to fill up at this DEF pump.
Well, they were all empty, and oh, it looks like someone's pulling up to one right now. But the color of the cord was green. I didn't know if that was like more natural. I didn't know, so I just didn't pull over there.
DEF stands for diesel exhaust fluid. It's not a fuel, it's used to clean emissions from diesel engines. And since it's mainly found at truck stops, drivers aren't used to seeing it. A nearby tow company says they've seen at least 20 cars end up with serious engine damage after filling up with DEF in just the last 3 weeks. Robin is glad she didn't make the same mistake.
That would have ruined it.
Instead, she and all these other drivers just have to deal with traffic. There's really no way to avoid it on a day like today.
We have to just wait, yeah.
But unfortunately, you have to. If you're going to go with family and stuff, you're going to have to.
Yeah, the things we do for family. Now, another reason a lot of people might be hitting the road is gas prices have actually been dropping. Even though in Southern California, they're still around $3.60 a gallon. That's actually 20 cents cheaper than it was just a month ago. So that is one thing that we can be thankful for. Live in the Cajon Pass, Tina Patel, CBS 2 News.
All right, thanks, Tina. Boy, she, as you say, what a sideline. DEF, deaf.
Interesting.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that.
Me either. Hopefully the rain will wash out some of that smog that's been lingering around.
Yeah, well, we have quite a bit up to the north. I'm not happy about what I'm seeing up north right now because that's where we're getting the heaviest of the rain with the worst of the fires. We're going on up there. It'll be interesting to see what's going on up by Paradise and up in the central part of the state because heavy rain is moving in through that area. For us, we're on the southern edge of this, just starting to get around Point Conception. You can see the front associated with the low. This will start to move through later this evening. We might get maybe 8 or 9 o'clock, something into the western San Fernando Valley, Ventura County. But we have rainfall rates. We'll talk about that. Fortunately for us, we're not seeing flash flood watches posted at all, but I'll explain it all to you. Give you your holiday forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, see you in a bit, Garth. Well, call it a sandbag brigade. They are filling up and shoring up hillsides and homes in the Woolsey fire burn areas. Before the rain could come, will bring mud crashing down. CBS 2's Amy Johnson is live in Malibu with more on the preps and the protections. Amy.
Well, Pat and Jeff, take a look at all of these sandbags. They were filled today by inmate firefighters as well as machines, and they are ready for anyone who needs them as they prepare before the rain. Thousands of sandbags were filled at Zuma Beach in Malibu by machine and by the hands of 150 inmate fire crews.
We're helping our neighbors, basically. We have plenty of sand. We're filling up sandbags.
These bags are a hot commodity with rain on the way.
Everything is burnt around here, and without all the greenery and stuff in the canyons, everything's, when we do get rain, everything is going to slide.
Nearly 1,000 bags are being filled every hour.
So we're just being ultra prepared, making sure that residents have everything that they need to be able to direct that away from their homes and make sure that they're safe.
Alan Armstrong, along with Aaron Saavedra and Juan Hernandez, loaded up this truck with bags.
We're going to divert the water into the storm drains.
These three are trying to protect the Tivoli Cove condo complex from the rain, but a week ago, they were protecting it from the fire.
It's Juan and Aaron. They're the heroes.
The two men who work maintenance at the complex used fire hoses to protect the 100-unit property on Seagull Way and captured the flames on their cell phones.
And we stand up over there. From there, we spray in the water.
They call themselves the Latigo Cove Fire Brigade, but many of the residents now call them heroes. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's good.
Hernandez has a little experience fighting fires in his native Guatemala, but both men admit the flames got dangerously close.
Yes, we're so really scared about it.
But they never gave up. Now, experts say you want to stack sandbags up almost like bricks and lift them up only about 2 to 3 feet high, and that should protect you. And we'll see what happens when this rain comes. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Amy, thanks very much for that. It was dramatic rescue caught on video at the height of the Woolsey fire. And tonight we're hearing from the LA City Fire pilots who pulled it off.
Yeah, those guys are in a bad area. They need to get out quick.
Surrounded by flames, running low on fuel, David Norquist and Joel Smith saved a group of people from their dogs in the middle of making water drops. They were sent to Castro Peak in the hills above Malibu. The pilots had to make a very quick decision. They found a safe place to land. Smith then jumped out and led everybody to the chopper. And then Norquist flew them out with little time to spare.
That was close.
Yeah, it was.
That's enough excitement for me today.
I was thinking about fuel, I was looking at the fire, and I was just hoping that Joel could successfully get him over to the aircraft, which he did.
I think the folks were very shocked that the fire was so close. As soon as they got to where I was and could see where the fire was coming from, I think the gravity hit them a little bit. I said, we have to go now. We don't have any time to waste. Took a little bit of convincing to take their dogs, and their dogs were really apprehensive. They did not want to come near the helicopter. I didn't quite have enough time to make sure the dogs were secured, that they were secured in their seats. I basically had just enough time to get them in their seats, say, hold on, put your seat belts on. I shut the door, and I get on the co-pilot side, and I said, let's get out of here.
Wow. At least they got the door shut. Both Norquist and Smith say they're not heroes. They train for these types of rescues, they say. They say they're just doing that job.
A sex crimes investigator with the LA County Sheriff's Department just pleaded not guilty to raping a minor. Deputy Neil Kimball entered his plea this afternoon in a Ventura courtroom. Prosecutors say he raped a 14-year-old girl between October and December of last year, then tried to intimidate a witness to keep it quiet. The Sheriff's Department has put Kimball on leave with pay. His bail is set at $2 million.
The wife of embattled LA City Councilman Jose Huizar has abandoned her bid to take her husband's seat in 2020. Back in September, Rochelle Huizar announced her bid to run for her husband's council spot because he was terming out. But 2 weeks ago, the FBI raided his home and office in an ongoing investigation involving the IRS. And the councilman faces lawsuits as well from 2 former aides alleging retaliation after accusing him of misdeeds and ethics violations. Yesterday, Huizar was back on the job. It was the first time since the FBI raids. Coming up ahead at 5, adult and a baby falling out of a burning building.
Yes, that fire victim's escape from a 3rd-floor window as the flames just take over. See the life-saving moment that was captured on video.
And a woman threatened with a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for posting about her apartment complex on Yelp. 2 on Your Side has her story, also how you can protect yourself.
But first, new evidence that the romaine lettuce E. coli outbreak may have started here in California.
In Van Nuys, a community coming together for a special Thanksgiving feast for those in need. A father-daughter singing duo and a couple who survived Hurricane Harvey are here. Their stories coming up on CBS2 News.